We were doing a run and the machine ran out of battery. The very last turn it did before it came in to be pulled up back on the ship. And the data came up and we waited for 6 hours for the data to be processed. And there it was.
It's seriously exciting stuff.
Right, please, right. Yeah, I've got a hug.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It was almost immediate. You could see that it was a ship. It was in two parts, the bow and the stern, 500 metres apart. And we had a really good idea that we'd found it then. Listen, it was surreal. It was very emotional for Andrea Williams and myself, being connected to people on board the ship and her grandfather and her great uncle. But after maybe 20 years, we set up the Montevideo Maru Society, which has campaigned to get better recognition of this great tragedy, which had been shunned by history. And we've had so many events. We raised $400,000 for a memorial at the Australian War Memorial, and still no one in the street could, if you said Montevideo Maru, they wouldn't have a clue. I think that's changed today. For some people, there'll never be closure. There'll be always this, it's a difficult word, closure, but certainly comfort. And we've been getting so much feedback from hundreds and hundreds of descendants today on our various Facebook pages and things like that, tears, and so using that word in some case, and then often saying, I wish my mum and dad were still alive to see this, because it was their parents who went through the hell of decades, not knowing where the ship was, not knowing for years, in fact, whether their loved ones were dead. They were still sending letters to Japan, to the prison camp, thinking that their loved ones were in that prison camp. And then they found in 1946, they find out that they had been dead since 1942.